Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? Stop what you're doing and listen.
DOD45. Hello, Adrian.
Yo, Adrian, we did it.
Hello, fellow humans.
People of Earth, how are you?
I'm Ty of Art by Ty, here with my co-host, wife, and closest friend, Adrian. And you're watching The Dish, our DOD45 show, extended content from last week's episode with Staplemouth.
Secret of the owns of the ponders, the builders, the ponders, creators of the human order. Repeating the cycles and feel the burden being twisted into opposite directions. Cause we are the wisdom, the light, and the bore. The dark days brought bright lights. Held the torch against the upward lifting off the bottom spectacle. Antigens detected by the tongue about the parables. Connect with the departed both if I can scope to reach about the ear like your breath breathe. While was any halo? Forgiving is the riddle. Many reasons of the bridge gap fatal to...
In this bonus material, we ask our guests to reveal answers to some of their first, worsts, and favorites. It's a simple format that often leads to funny and engaging conversations, hopefully. Anyway, that's the point of it. If you have any first, worst, or thirst questions that you think would be good to ask of our guests, email them to us at ty@dod45.com or post them on our Instagram at dod45w. Hey, before we get into, we're going to just go right to Staplemouth's dish questions. But before we do that, I wanted to ask you if you wanted to roll back anything about a guy named Mike.
Yeah, I was going to say that anyway. Yeah, apparently I listened to Mike quite a lot, and I didn't know, which is why they kept suggesting more Mike. But so I do think he could have come up with a more creative name.
Well, for those of you who don't have any idea what we're talking about in last week's episode, Adrian.
I didn't go too hard into it.
No, but you were like, come on, you can come up with a better name.
I guess I stand by that.
Okay.
But I thought that I probably wouldn't, maybe I didn't say that out loud, wouldn't listen to his music because he's just called Mike.
I think that's what you said.
Oh, okay. I can't remember what's in my head and what's outside of my mouth. But yeah, apparently I do listen and I will listen. I just think you could be like
Mike B. Mike A.
I even have a brother, Mike.
What about if he went with Mickety Mike?
Maybe he pronounces it different.
Mickey.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you said. You said he could have went with like MIC.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's all capitals.
I remember when I first heard that microphone was just spelled MIC. I remember that blew my head up.
Did it? That's funny.
I was young. I mean, when I was a teenager.
Must have been.
Oh, hey, Adrian and I just went to go see the Fall Guy movie, and I bring that up because if I was ever being interviewed on a Dish episode, like if anyone was doing the Dish on me, my answer to my favorite TV show when I was a kid would be the Fall Guy. I friggin' loved Lee Majors, and I loved that TV show. And I was thinking, for my movie, the movie Twice Today, we almost got Lee Majors. We were almost signed Lee Majors to play the part that guy Don Shanks plays in the movie Twice Today. It was a really old movie I made. Don Shanks is Mike Myers in Halloween 2. He's the guy that played that. He's a famous stunt guy and all that, but he's in my movie Twice Today, but that role was going to be played by Lee Majors. We just didn't quite come up with enough money to make that happen, but that
probably could have afforded Major Lee.
Who's Major Lee?
I don't
know. Anyway, so let's set the table. Last week our guest was Staplemouth, half Hawaiian, I think, half Hawaiian, half Filipino, Hawaiian and Filipino rapper out of Denver, Colorado. He's a hell of a person, and if you haven't watched the episode from last week, press pause here and go back and watch that first. It'll make this episode much more beneficial for you. All right, I'm ready to be served. I'm hungry, literally hungry. This is The Dish with Staplemouth. Thanks again for joining us on our show. Now let's hash this out. Time for you to dish out your first, worsts, and thirsts. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
What was your first concert that you went to?
Funny. New Kids on the Block, dude.
I wanted to go to that so bad.
Yeah. I think my sister was babysitting me and she had no choice. So she had to like take me to the New Kids on the Block concert with her.
Where was it at?
Blaisdell in Hawaii.
Oh, fun. I mean, what the hell? It's New Kids on the Block. I mean, who wouldn't have gone to see that? Who was your first celebrity crush?
Dude, Winona Ryder, Beetlejuice, man. Like, that was my thing. I think that's why, like, and then ever since then, I've been like attracted to pale, sad women. It's like, yeah. No.
Are you also into the emo? Like, I guess they call it emo. We used to call it.
Yeah, like kind of like. You know, like a lot of the people that listen to my stuff, I mean, like a lot of it, like they listen to a lot of like emo stuff too, like it's that group, like it's a lot of like alternative listeners, basically.
Yeah. What was your first car?
It was a Ford Probe.
I don't even know what that is. A Ford what?
Ford Probe.
Probe. Oh,
I totaled one of those.
I abandoned one at like a Topeka Turnpike somewhere. I was just like, it's dead. I just left it at the turnpike and got a ride home. I don't even know what ever happened.
Oh my God, that is such a thing on our show. I've discovered you're like the fourth person now who said, I just left it. Left the car.
What else do you do?
I'm sure I got called by a towing company.
I think that kids these days, that would not make any sense of that. They're like, what? You just fucking left the car?
Just like over it.
I love it. So, other than that breakdown, was it reliable throughout the years?
No, it did good. Like there's one time I hit a deer and it was fine.
Oh.
I mean that was a sad night for sure. I don't like hitting deer, but then I felt safe. Because those things can like wreck your car.
Oh yeah, they can destroy them.
So was that in Colorado or in?
That was in Kansas.
Oh, okay.
What was your first paying job?
I was Odie's 107.9. I was a board operator for a radio station. And I was 17 when they brought me on. So then I was pretty much running the boards. The show that I ran was a syndicated show. It was called Dick Bartley's American Gold. And I'll just sit there on like in the mornings and just play the whole show off a CD, make sure like regional specific commercials didn't play. Stuff like that.
And that was in Hawaii?
Yes.
Oh, so were you'd be running that live, right? Because now they like play like the recorded shows, kind of.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's what I lost my job to a robot. Once because during that time everything was still played on CDs. My sister and my brother, they're in radio. They're like top 40 music radio stations out there. They pretty much brought me in when I turned 17 because I was hanging out with all the radio kids during that time. So then they brought me in just to run a board, and I used to voice some commercials and spots and stuff. Yeah, and that's where I learned like a lot of like vocal work and all that. It's just hanging around all these people that tried to sound like they had radio voices at all times. It's like they never turned it off. I know you don't talk like that all the time.
Yeah, we got a really great weather outside there today.
Exactly. It's like, dude, you're like, no. we're sitting at a restaurant. You don't have to talk like that because a lot of the big things is like they don't know what people look like, but they know by their voices, so they get called out for it. It's like, aren't you so and so on the radio? It's like, yes, I am. It's like, oh. Yeah. I mean, like it's just like dressing up. They'll dress up in the radio station. It's like nobody can see you, dude. Like nobody's gonna see you. Just show up like how I did with the double up boxers and the wife beater. Like it's fine. I don't care.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite scenes in Wayne's World when they meet the guy on the radio. First person you idolized?
My dad. Like he actually helped me out. Like he is super creative. He's still around. Super creative. he pretty much brought art into my life. I mirrored my voice after his, and he would sing, he would act, he'd make props for plays and stuff. He was always doing something, but he was always working at the same time. And I never figured out how he can juggle all this creative side stuff with his day job, because he is an electrician. He was always working, he'd wake up at 3 a.m, come home at 7 o'clock at night, do some art stuff while drinking coffee, fall asleep and watching the 10 o'clock news, and up again at 2 a.m. to go back to work. And then he'll disappear on Sundays, just sleep all day. So, but then but he taught me a lot. A lot of who I am is kind of like a mirror of what I saw growing up.
So he had a good. Did you take a lot of that work ethic from him?
Yes.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah.
And it's the thing for him, he was just just do it, dude. That Nike thing is for real. You just do it. Just do a little bit. Just do some a day, every day. And you may not hit deadlines. You may not, but as long as you're doing stuff on the creative side of things, you'll finish it, man.
That's good advice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. I like to hear that one. Who's the first person or first famous person you ever met?
Actually, it was Crazy Bone.
Cool.
Thugs. Yeah, I was rapping during that time for the radio station. I had this, and I used to go under Nefari, which was a play off of the word nefarious. But then I actually opened up for Crazy Bone at a water park.
Yeah.
and then I got to hang out with him and talk with him a little bit after, and he was cool. Yeah, no, he was super cool. His bodyguard was weird though, because he was I had Anacon or something playing in my headphones, and then he was Crazy Bone asked, "Hey, what are you listening to?" And then the bodyguard took it and he put it in his ear before Crazy Bone had a chance to listen. He was like, "Oh, he's listening to that. He's listening to that weird underground stuff." I was like, "Oh, come on!"
Wow.
He was like a poison taste tester.
That was in Hawaii.
Yeah, that was in Hawaii.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's good that he turned out it sucks when you meet someone that you really admire and they're fucking jack off. But that's cool. Yeah, that's awesome. Were you just shooting the shit, or do you feel like you kind of were getting very hey, how do I do this? How do I do this?
Oh no, well, I was more starstruck and nervous. Than anything. I was probably 18 or something, so then it was just me just being I was trying to play cool, but I was clearly nervous. I was clearly a little kid starstruck.
Yeah, that's what I guess if he had a bodyguard, that was when they were really big.
Yeah,
that was
cute.
Yeah, that's cool. I like it. What's the first thing you bought on credit?
Tickets to Kansas, actually. When I moved to Kansas when I was 22-ish, when I moved to Kansas, I had to get this whole credit line thing going to help finance my move, co-signed by my parents. But they were supportive, and but that was the first thing that I ever bought on credit was plane tickets. First month's rent deposit for a place.
Oh, that's a good thing. Yeah, so, that's a good thing.
You went from Hawaii to Kansas then?
Yeah, I was chasing girls.
It's that is the opposite direction that most people would go.
No, but like I said, it was that instant family thing. So the person that became my wife,
right?
Yeah, she had to. She was her family was out in Kansas, so then she went out to Kansas, and then I followed. So,
right.
Yeah. Plus the life experience you get out of that and learning quick. Jumping right in, learning real quick.
I mean, you couldn't get more in the middle of the country, people too. So
yeah, no, I mean, I was, and it was a whole different land.
It was 100%.
It was so different. When was the first time you got stitches?
When I was I didn't really get them until I was in my late 20s. I had I got cellulitis working at a hospital. They thought I was at first they thought it was MRSA, you know, so they quarantined me off and did all that, but then like found out it was cellulitis, so they had to take a big chunk of my leg out so it didn't like spread more.
Yeah.
So
Oh, jeez.
yeah, no, it was pretty wild.
Yeah, if they had to stitch it up, then they took a good amount out.
Yeah, a lot of it had to be like, you know, like dry packed too, as far as like, you know, like they were able to stitch some of it, but a lot of it was too deep to where they didn't want to have a gap in my leg, you know. So then like you have to like just keep packing it, and you know, it was like,
Yeah, that's wild. Wow. What's the first thing you do when you wake up?
honestly, I just lay in bed for like half an hour staring at the ceiling.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, you know, I'm trying to figure out the day, you know, but then when I get out of bed, it's straight making the bed and making coffee. I need the coffee or like the day is not going to happen. I'm going to cancel the day. Day's being canceled.
They say that's one of the best things to do, though, when you first wake up, is lay there, kind of come up with a plan for the day. Yeah. Like the benefits of that are significant. I used to do it a lot. I have not been able to do it recently.
I come up with the day while I'm falling asleep.
Oh, really?
Before. Yeah. And then the second I wake up, I like fly to the coffee maker.
Yeah.
She totally does.
I just hit the ground running.
Did you ever try to make the ceiling fan spin with your mind?
No. I don't need... That does sound like something I would do. But no, I haven't done it yet.
Tried it, doesn't work.
I'd be there all night long.
And you always think that it's working too. It's like, I think it moved a little bit, you know. And then you start your day.
Back in my way young days, when I was taking LSD, for sure I was turning that thing. When was the first time you were on an airplane?
We traveled a lot.
Okay.
I was traveling a lot of inter-island flights. You know? So then like it was a lot of just, we're gonna go see your family. You know, I got sent to the Big Island a lot for the summer, and I, which was kind of tough on me because like I didn't have electricity where I'd go. You know, I was little, like I just wanted to sit around and play video games all summer, Mom. You know, but they knew that, so they sent me someplace where, you know, our family, they're descendants from a place called the City of Refuge. It's called Hononau out there. And they turned our family village into like a tourist spot. Mm-hmm. But all the family lived, they gave the land to the family, you know, to us all around that area so we could live all around it. So then that's how I'd spend my summers, just
that's cool.
Going into this big grass shacks.
Is it was it a bad thing, or did it like bring some money into the island a bit, but people were still able to live, or was that a bad thing?
I mean, it depends. I mean, like, you know, like it would have happened. Yeah. You know, like it would have happened. I mean, like we're not living in those days anymore. You know, it's kind of like those people that fight for sovereignty still today, and then like they congratulate each other for a great job at McDonald's after. You know, it's like, dude, you wouldn't have that McDonald's. Like, what are you talking about? You know, so then like, you know, it's something like that. I mean, it would have happened. Yeah. I mean, I could have been Japanese, dude. That's true. You know?
Yeah. It's it's not happening in Samoa. It kind of is, but I don't know. That's a whole.
It's hard though. I mean, it's a touchy question depending on your age, you know, generation. Because like, especially in Hawaii, like, you know, our great grandfathers experienced the annexation and all that, you know. So then like there's, and you know, and that fueled a lot of hate in the kids growing up, you know, because they were just like bashing, you know, like, you know, the people that came out and did that, you know. So
but then like you said, when you're at a certain age, you're like, well, I just actually want to play video games. Like, you know, like,
like, this is great. I can get McDonald's. You know? But then like, it's a touchy subject, but yeah,
I mean, but that's the thing, when the understanding and being empathetic with people have the way they feel about things, and people have other experiences with things. That's life.
I know there's a whole like movement to stop people from going to visit you know, to vacation there.
Yeah, but that's ultimately like ruining their economy. Then, you know, like they need the tourism. The
Right.
thrive,
Yeah, that's how
or
they get their
everything's
money
going to be
from.
even more expensive. You know, like there's, but yeah, and I totally get it too. I mean, I can get the mind state, I can get the reasoning behind it, but
Yeah, that's the epiphany of Catch 22.
yeah.
All right, we'll go into your worst. What's the worst word?
Words with a lot of R's in it, like sorority. Yeah. I'll never do a song with that word in it because I'll say it wrong all the time. Like, so if you throw too many R's in line like that, I will fail.
Oh yeah, there's 3 or 4 in that sorority. Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not even there. That's me attempting sorority.
What's the worst thing to put on your rider?
Like touring rider?
Yeah.
Like alcohol, please don't put alcohol on my rider. I can't drink before the show. I can drink after, but then if I see it sitting in the room before I go on stage, I'm going to drink it, and then I'm going to breach the whole contract. Because, like, my performance is going to be terrible. So then, like, I guess I can have it on there, but don't like.
Yeah, I can see that.
Don't show it to me until after I perform.
That's great though, actually, because a lot of people think they perform better after a drink or two.
And they don't.
I mean, I get it.
Maybe they don't. Maybe they do. I don't know.
I mean, there is the pre-stage jitters, you know, alcohol is really great at, but
if you do have an issue with it, the 2 makes sense, but then like it turns into 6 and 7 and you think you're crushing it on stage, but like
yeah, and then you find out you're not even on your set yet. You're on somebody else. You know, it's like oops, I'm rhyming on somebody else's set. My bad, dudes.
What's the worst activity your parents made you do growing up?
Summer fun. It was like this bootleg summer camp thing, but it was in the school cafeteria, and all they do is make you sit there and play like checkers or something. And I just wanted to be at home and play video games, Mom.
Yeah.
Like, why am I sitting?
What's the worst job you ever had?
Nothing against landscaping in general, but landscaping in Kansas, only because every time I jumped on a riding lawnmower, somebody would come up to me talking to me in Spanish, and I don't know, dude. I don't know what you're saying to me, man. Please, I enjoy landscaping. I'll burn. I'll mulch your yard all day long. But then the second you start talking to me in like Espanol, I'm gonna be confused. I'm not gonna understand anything you're saying.
Do people still like try to speak Spanish to you? Your places?
Not as much, especially in Colorado, because Colorado is like full of Hawaiian. So they see me and they're like, "Oh, okay, so you have a flat nose. Your parents made you sleep face down when you were a baby." You know?
Is that what it is?
So then they see that and it's like, okay, yeah, that's a Hawaiian guy. Kansas in the early 2000s, not a thing. Not a thing.
At least they knew where Hawaii was.
Yeah, because they wanted to vacation there. You know, but then
that's funny.
No.
I like that word. I like that use. That's what I'm going to say. We used to lay me on my face, and then I got the flat spot on the back of the head.
Yeah, the flat spot on the back. Yeah.
They'd lay me on my face when I was a baby, and then flip me over on top of the back side of my head.
He'll get that regionally. Like it happens all the time in Miami. People just walk up to him and start speaking Spanish, and he's like, "Yeah, no," and then he's like, "Come on," and they're like, "Solomon." Or like what even is it?
Salmon. Yeah.
And then I have to chime in and I go Samoa, like Fiji.
Who was the worst bully at your elementary school?
Oh, there's this kid Jermaine. Like, it was like this tall dude, and I was like this really small Filipino Hawaiian boy, you know, like really light. So then, like, there's one time I was playing with this gummy eraser. Remember those old school gummy erasers?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then you used to just like watch him just like land on the paper when you pull it. But then, like, I was playing, he wanted my gummy eraser, and I was like, "No, dude, this is mine." And then he picked me up and threw me across the room. You know, and I was like, "Oh man," you know. But then, like, and then he'll
now
always
he's Staplemouth. Oh yeah, what a dick. Was he that way with everybody too? Like, was he bully the whole school?
Yeah, he was pretty much the bully of the school.
That's
you know, like it was weird. Like during that time, there weren't that many like African Americans or like Mexican or like Mexicans or anything out on the islands, you know. So when like these military families would come in and like a lot of times, you know, like just based on, you know, what we spoke on earlier, just like this whole like separation thing and kids being raised, you know, to like hate foreigners, you know, by like the great grand, you know, like that. So then like they come in protecting themselves because I'm sure they encountered like some really jerk ass Hawaiian dudes that were messing with them. So then like they just, you know, they would just be mean. So was your school? I see them also protecting themselves.
Yeah, that's true. Was your school mostly Native Hawaiian kids?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. What's the worst smell?
Most car air fresheners, dude. Like that stuff is too strong for me. Like way too strong. Like I'll get a headache. I like,
I'm the same.
It's too much.
You know, I definitely like a clean, good smelling car, you know, but then like sometimes it's just way too strong.
Yeah, what's worse, the smell of ass or the smell over perfume?
Depends whose ass. No, I'm kidding. But no.
What's the worst movie?
The worst? Dude, I'm gonna have to go with like something like Sweeney Todd. I have this thing with throat slitting, that's why. And then like if you're gonna like have a lot of throat slitting in a movie, then I'm like honestly I can't even stop my body from reacting to like stuff like that, which sucks because like I like to watch a lot of like shows that, you know, there's gonna be a throat slitting scene in it, but I've trained myself to know that it's coming. You know, it's like the sixth sense. It's like throat slitting is happening in like 4 minutes, prepare. You know, but then like but if there's a lot of throat slitting and stuff, like I can't even like, even my body just like does this thing where it just like throws up and like I go fetal, like it's like kind of like those like millipedes or something when you touch them and they roll up into a little ball. That's what happens, dude.
I totally understand that. Yeah, I feel that way with knife stab stuff. Is like that gives me that feeling like
it is really rough, and most of us have become completely desensitized to the idea of it with movies and constant.
No, for sure. Like I even tested it recently to see if it was still a thing, and still a thing.
That's good. You haven't been desensitized then.
Braveheart scenes. That one.
That'll do it, dude. That will do it.
What's the worst flavor?
Oh man, I'm gonna have to go back to black licorice, dude.
Oh, that's right.
I'm so sorry. I know that you're a big fan. I'll try, dude. I'll try today.
Though I am a big fan, I do understand why people hate it. I just grew up on it, so
no, for sure. I'll give it a shot today. Okay. I'll give it a shot.
I guarantee you'll still hate it.
You'll still hate it. Hate it as much as throat slitting. What's the worst injury you've suffered?
I think it was when I had that cellulitis, honestly, because they quarantined me off thinking I was MRSA. And and just the look on people's faces, it broke me mentally because it was the look on people, like the physicians' faces when they'll come peek through like the curtain to look at me, and then they would give me this weird look and then like kind of shake their head a little bit, you know, like that's messing with my head. What the hell do I have? You know,
I didn't think they have to quarantine off MRSA. Isn't that just like doesn't that just exist in the air? Anyway?
I mean, that's what they did because like they saw this. There's like this patch on my leg that was just growing like really fast, and like they're like MRSA, flesh-eating disease. They didn't know what it was, to be honest. But then they were able to like they had me behind this little thing, and doctors were just like kind of peeking at me from distance, you know. And I was like, is this it? This is how I go? You know?
Yeah, you weren't. Yeah, they're not telling you anything. Yeah, just the mental pain of that must have been.
Yeah, no, and that really messed with my head a lot. And then like I'm allergic to like most painkillers, so then I had to feel it all too. You know, so then like it was just like, this is it. This is miserable.
How old were you?
I think I was like in my late 20s. I totally forgot. Late 20s, early 30s. That sucks. I think more so late 20s.
And then meanwhile you're sitting there going like, what the fuck? What do I got? That sucks.
And then all I hear is after the surgery is like, oh, by the way, you're allergic to painkillers. No. They're like, yeah, we had to resuscitate you. You know, it's like, oh, well, that's good to know.
Painkillers.
Wait, so you started to die off of them and they had to bring it back?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Shit.
They're
Well,
like, damn.
The good news is we're still sitting here with Aaron.
Yeah.
He's still alive, which is going to be funny because
after this, you know.
the final worst question is, what's the worst way to die?
I think, you know, like, I think it'll be weird, like, if somebody, like, accidentally choked on those little sponge toys. You remember those sponge toys back in the days that you used to, like, they were like a toy, but you put them in the water and then, like, you're supposed to just let them go.
Oh, the capsule.
Yeah. Like, imagine, like, getting one of those stuck and you think that you're, like, choking on it, so then you drink some water and all you do is make it bigger.
You're making it bigger.
That is a terrible way to die.
That's awful.
That would suck, dude. It's like, damn, I drank water to, like, try to help me and I made this thing bigger in my throat. That'd be terrible.
All right, let's get to your favorite.
You are dark.
Yeah. All right, what's your favorite ingredients to put between two slices of bread?
Oh man, we're gonna have to revisit the meatballs, dude. Meatballs, marinara, cheese, mayo. I'm gonna expose the secret again. The mayo, dude. The mayo and the marinara is a secret thing. Like, it's a magical thing.
Can you make like a with that meatball sauce with Spam? Does it get the same kind of?
Dude, let's find out.
Yeah.
Dude, like anything Spam is like sprinkle Spam on it, like it's like bacon bits.
Yeah.
Makes it
better. It is a meatball sub sandwich. Is that just marinara sauce, or is it something else? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Just meatball marinara, some cheese on it.
What's the favorite gift you ever got as a kid?
Well, talking about video games, I like Nintendo's, dude. Like, anytime a new one came out, my parents would hook it up for like Christmas and stuff. I already knew it was like that big box on the Christmas tree. It's guaranteed a Super Nintendo. It's like guaranteed. Like, I don't even have to shake the damn thing.
Did you get all of the consoles, or were you only a Nintendo?
I was a Nintendo kid. Honestly.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Did you ever have a Dreamcast? The Sega Dreamcast?
No, but I did want one. You know, like my parents were like just big on like I think like during that time, like their generation called anything video game Nintendo.
Yeah.
You know, so then like they'll buy the thing that said Nintendo on it.
Yeah. I mean, Nintendo won. What's your favorite cereal?
Many bunches of oats, dude.
Oh yeah, good cereal. Good cereal.
That is a good one.
Cereal. It really is. It's got a good everything about it. Favorite celebrity right now?
I don't know if he's still doing stuff, but like Danny McBride cracks me up. Like his personality, like we have similar personalities. Like sometimes in some areas of life, you know, like him as like Kenny Powers and stuff. That's like my spirit animal stuff, you know.
What's your favorite breed of dog?
Mixed breeds, actually. Like my favorite breed are mixed breeds. Like I currently have a Basenji plot hound mix. She's like this, you know, she looks more like a miniature like plot hound, but like no, she yodels and stuff. It's cute. Her name is Stevie. You know, I'm not really big into like. I mean, like I guess like Shiba Inus and stuff, they're cute and stuff, but it's like super like, I don't know, too trendy maybe.
Do you like bigger dogs or smaller dogs?
I'm actually a cat person, but like I've had great experience with both big and small dogs, you know, like so no, I don't have a preference.
Yeah, cool.
I mean, like,
either one's fine.
If you're loving and you're chill, then I'll love you back.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite late night snack?
Ice cream, man. Like ice cream is not allowed around me. It's not allowed in the refrigerator because there's no like saving some for later. I'm gonna eat this whole thing right now.
That's a dangerous late night snack.
Dude. Yeah. So I need to stay away from ice cream.
Yeah, you don't want to have one of the big fucking.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. It will like 3 hours later.
The bucket.
Yeah, it's going to be gone. Yeah, the bucket.
I'll just have one more bite.
Yeah, no, it's gone, dude. Like I don't even put it in a bowl. I just like this. I'm not gonna put this back, so I'm just gonna eat it. You know?
Do you have a favorite comedian?
I mean, like I guess it's hard to say because like not really watching stuff and being out. It's like I'm just gonna go back to. I mean, like he's a comedian actor, but I'm gonna go back to Danny, right? You know, like it's just more like personalities that like it's. I don't really have a favorite comedian.
Yeah,
like everybody, people invite me out here to like comedy shows all the time because they're big out here in Colorado. You know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really care for stand up?
Not really.
Okay. Yeah.
No, I mean, like it's nothing like I wouldn't enjoy if I went through. It's just I have a hard time like getting it, like not falling for it, but getting into the zone. Like, a lot of people will laugh at stuff, and I feel like it's not even funny, but they're just laughing at it because it's like the vibe, you know. So yeah, but then like if I'm always outside just observing, and it's just like. When people start laughing, it's like I missed something. I think, but like, I guess in my world, I'd say like falling for it. But like, no, like I'm pretty reclusive and detached from stuff. So then,
well, that's okay.
I feel that way all the time.
It is that's exactly what I was thinking while you were saying it.
Somebody did something, everybody's laughing.
Yeah. Adrian won't like for it's just, well, it is
whether they're talking about football, comedians,
all of it. Adrian's just like
I check out, and I don't mean to. It's just something that happens inside of me. It's just like, it's like trigger flip.
Yeah,
not interested. And I'm just.
Do you have a favorite member of NWA?
Well, that's hard. I mean, I guess out of all of them, the guy I listened to the most stuff after everything would have been like Dr. Dre, But then of course you have like legends like the DOC. You got Doc doing stuff in the background. But then I'll firm on the Dr. Dre for that one.
Yeah, that's good. Favorite member of Wu-Tang?
Oh, dude, Ghostface. I just like this. I like Ghostface's writing style. It was very animated. A lot of people doesn't like. They're like, he's not even really saying anything. It's like, yeah, he is, dude. You just gotta like picture it all.
Yeah. And when you hear him just talk when he's not rapping, like that's how he talks. And he's like saying something that it's almost like a whole other language.
Yeah, exactly. And then like once you like decipher his dialect, his language, then it's like, oh man, there's like this great story going on.
Yeah. I
I think he wrote a book recently.
Did he?
Well, probably, maybe, yeah.
I think I saw it in the bookstore.
Well, look out for that, folks. Favorite topic to talk about?
I like hearing people's story, to be honest. Not really a topic. It's just like sitting down and building with people, not really like diving into like their whole history or something, but I just like to, because, what I like with interacting with people is like understanding their personalities, basically.
Yeah. When you're having a conversation with people, do you find that you'll ask questions about like shit that they do, like you take an interest in, or do you like to just hear it come at you?
Yeah, I just let them organically, I don't really ask too much questions, to be honest. Yeah. It's just like we're just be sitting down or drinking or whatever, and just just random talking that goes different directions. Yeah. And then
regular.
But then like there's not really a topic. I would never be like, so, how was the game last night? Right. There'll never be something like that.
Yeah, and that's what I mean, because some people, they're like, oh, I love talking about hockey or I love talking about something. Yeah. But I agree with you. That's kind of how I am. I like to talk about anything with anybody. Yeah. Almost anybody.
There are definitely people out there who can get you to talk. Like I normally don't. Yeah. But there's sometimes that I'm around people and I'm like, why am I talking? Yeah. What is happening right now? They know the right questions to ask to make you talk. And I'm like, that's the magical power. I'm like, I don't know what's happening right now. Shut up. Stop.
No, I totally get it. And it's the same way too, there's some questions I'll be asking. I'll be like, oh, that's a great question. I'm going to entertain it, So like, I like really organic back and forth conversations that don't really end where they start, like somewhere off the wall somewhere. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think what I like about that is then you also tend to discover stuff about yourself when you're like, when someone asks you something and you haven't really even thought of it, you're like, oh, and then you're talking about yourself, realizing like, oh, I know myself kind of well enough to know that this is what I like, even though I never thought I was ever going to talk about that.
Right.
So I don't know. Do you have a favorite action star?
The great Chuck Norris.
Oh.
No, I just think Chuck Norris is funny. It's Chuck Norris, it's like the ultra meme.
My dad loved Chuck Norris. What do you have a favorite a favorite movie starring Chuck Norris?
Not really starring him, but his role in Dodgeball was great.
Oh yeah. Yeah, awesome.
It's like, thank you, Chuck Norris.
It's cool that he didn't take himself so seriously that he couldn't be in that. That's what's cool about it. Yeah.
No, exactly, and that's what I love about the guy. It's like, man, people are having fun with me. I'm just gonna go with it. This is great.
Chuck Norris. That's great because typically his name doesn't come up when you say an action star, but that dude is fucking 100% an action star.
Yeah.
That's what he's known for. But yeah, his name kind of faded away. But yeah, that's good. Chuck Norris. Do you have a favorite cartoon from when you were a kid?
You ever watch JC and the Real Warriors? Wheeled Warriors?
JC.
It was like during like the Silverhawk days. There was the theme song is stuck in JAYCE and the Wheeled Warriors. It was like this. I really like the toys because they're like these plant-based car things with saws on them, and cool. It was. And like the theme song will always be stuck in my head. It was just like this hairband sounding, high pitched singing, during a lot of shows that. But then it was during that time with Silverhawks and Thundercats and
it definitely has that look to it.
Yeah.
Look. Hey, look.
Yeah, no, that show
Yeah.
That show was wild to me.
It.
I just like the alien planets and stuff that they had.
Yeah.
The vehicles were pretty wild.
Do you have a favorite place on Earth?
Not to sound dark, but I really do like caves. Like I explore a lot of caves, so it's not really like a place. But then I will if I'm in an area and I know there's a cave around there, I'll explore it. Like
spelunking exploring or just
that's too dangerous.
Yeah.
More just casual walk around looking at stuff. I have yet to see some glowworms. I need to experience glowworms in my life. But then I'm fascinated with stalagmites and all that, and stalactites and stuff like that. So I like the cave feeling. So it's not really a favorite place, but
an interesting one. That's interesting. I like it. When next time you'll have to come out to Hannibal, and we'll take you over to these caves.
Nice.
I like caves. We used to go to these caves all the time in Utah. I fucking love going into caves. Yeah. The downside with now is that most of them have been closed off or they're tourist caves. Because you're talking more, you're like ones that you can just go into.
Yeah.
Yeah, not because the ones
when I was younger on the Big Island, there was a lot of lava tubes, dormant lava tubes that we used to explore. So then so it's kind of like that same cave feeling. I like the initial feeling of there's anytime I go into a cave, there's this initial feeling of claustrophobia just for a moment, and then after that you just see all this cool stuff and just the way that sound happens in there too. And
it's like compressed air. It's so compressed. Yeah, I love it. That's cool. All right, your final thirst question. Aside from where you grew up, what's your favorite city in America?
Honestly, I'm going to say Denver, Colorado, even though I'm out here now. But it's just a really cool, heady spot for me. I feel like I relate to a lot of people out here as far as I'm really into art. I'm into it's art.
Yeah.
It's kind of a pretty heady scene. It's a really young scene out here. I feel like I'm super old every time I'm out and about because they're all young software developers and engineers, architects and stuff, but no, it's a really cool modern feel, growing up in Kansas, growing up in Lawrence. There was a great small town feel, but then I've never really experienced bougie until I moved out here, and it's pretty cool. Just modern, just different. It's just different style.
Yeah,
that I can appreciate, and the art scene is just amazing.
Nature-wise too.
Yeah.
Denver does have a little bit of everything.
Yeah,
it really does. Yeah, it's a cool city. Yeah, good for you. And also, no one's gonna hate you. You're a hometowner now, so no one's gonna hate that answer.
No, I love it.
There you go, folks. We've been served, and I'm stuffed. Check, please. How do you feel about your answers?
I feel pretty good about them.
Good.
Feel pretty good about it. I don't think I'm gonna get any anxiety after this. I think I did okay.
Well, they're chiseled on the stone tablets of the internet forever now.
Nice.
So thanks for serving us. Well, we'll be sure to leave you a good tip.
Done, man. Cleans them down to the shop.
Okay, we've been served. I'm stuffed. Check, please.
I now realize you wrote one of the characters based on yourself on one of your movies where you had Barry or Cherry trying to do all these new trends, like putting his ear in a rubber band. I see that now.
Why?
Check, please.
No.
I'm stuffed. And then some other things. I can't figure it out.
I have a podcast that I listen to all the time, and I love it. And one of the things that I think when I hear it, he does the exact same script. It says the exact same things, and there's a comfort to that. So if you become a longtime fan of something or listener of something, there's a comfort to let you know this is what I'm watching, this is what I'm doing, and it sets it up. And that's where that comes from.
But like,
I'm not
remember you were doing the suit jacket thing for the first season, and then there's
because those are things that I learned from like industry, like another thing to do with late night TV shows. I watched a behind the scenes documentary about late night TV shows, and a lot of people when they first came in, like Jimmy Kimmel tried to come in and just wear hoodies, as you know, and what they discovered is it just people didn't like it. The viewers didn't like it because the host needs to be in a suit and tie.
The culture for the late night TV.
Yeah, it was just one of those things that's kind of baked in the cake. And so I'm not trying to come up with new trends. What I'm trying to do is set a tone, like set a thing that stays the same every time, because I guess they're always going to change. It's just one of those things that you do.
I would just have been noticing it for the last year. I'm just thinking that every time you do a new thing, I think of Barry Cherry and his ear rubber band.
That's funny, but no,
it's not based off you.
No, the character's gay.
Well, yeah, that doesn't matter.
No, I know. Any character that I ever wrote definitely is something to do with me. Hey, all right. Thanks, Staplemouth, for serving us up.
Yeah.
And that was he's just genuinely a really nice person, and I always say it. I love the fact that he's Pacific Islander.
He has a very intense look. I haven't, and of course, I haven't seen this kind of pre-recorded from the airing of this one prior to. That makes sense.
Yeah.
He said he had a very intense look, but every time I look at him, he doesn't look intense at all. He looks just like every other nice guy I've ever met.
A still photograph of him, and I think, and the way I kept setting it up, the name Staplemouth is it's aggressive sounding, doesn't it? It has
so if you look at the visual, if he has staples flying
maybe
out
that's
of
what
his
it is. Yeah, it's just edgy sound, Staplemouth.
like the Exorcist and vomit, and he's just got staples coming out.
Well, maybe that's what it is. I don't know. That's the thing. What we do as humans, though, is everything sounds all that impresses on you to what you think of something ahead of time. Because you're right. He doesn't. There's a couple of pictures where he looks pretty intense.
Because we're friends now on Instagram.
Yeah.
And I've seen his picture a couple times pop through. Also, I've met him before we were Instagram friends, and he never seemed intense to me.
I think maybe it was just me. I thought other people had that experience, but when Thor's first thoughts, when he first said, check, I'm making music with this guy, blah, blah, blah. And what happened is he messaged me and said, hey, you're going to be at Strange Famous Fest. A guy I make music with is going to be there, Staplemouth. And I looked,
and you were like, Staplemouth,
check this dude out.
I'm going to become a staple.
And maybe I implemented some of the, I have some intense family members.
I don't think you do.
I have some people on. I have some people.
Every
on
single person in your family is the most lovely person I've probably ever
My
met.
cousin Tofa.
Lovely.
Yes. He has an older brother. I'll just keep names out, but he looked sort of like this older brother who was sweet and all, but very intense.
My favorite was when he got so scared, Tofa. Such a weird.
I think we've
done this, but yeah.
Hey, so Adrian, let's do a few dish questions for you. What was the first thing you bought on credit?
A mountain bike.
Oh,
with all those mountains and biking that I love. Clearly,
one thing you don't
I
like
still didn't know myself.
You don't like riding bikes.
I guess I do like mountains, but
Yeah.
I hate bicycles. But I guess you don't know until you get back
spend your credit money on it.
get back on the bike and try to ride it.
What was your first job?
We already did this one.
No, I don't think we did.
Yeah, when I was selling candy door to door.
Oh, we did do that. What was who was your first childhood crush?
Oh,
Or celebrity crush?
we already did that one.
Did we?
Michael Jackson. Yeah. Thriller, Michael Jackson.
What was your first car?
My brother and I shared a car. We went in on it together, and we had one of those little Ford pickup, not Ford, the pickup truck that's a Toyota.
The little small ones?
Those little ones. We spray painted
I feel like we did that one before too.
No, you just know that. We spray painted it.
You spray painted the car?
Yeah.
That's always a good
We gave it a makeover.
That's always a
We
great look.
spray painted the dash with some like marbling stuff too.
Well, the good thing is the cars still work after all of that. Who is your favorite member of the Wu-Tang Clan?
The cutest one is Method Man.
Is that what you base your faves off? Cuteness?
Yes.
So your answer is Method Man?
He might be my favorite anyway. I do really like the beats RZA makes. So there would be no Wu-Tang without RZA. So I think I have to go RZA.
Okay.
And I don't think any of those guys would have, who knows what they would have done. So I think we better go RZA.
I know. Shouldn't we be going to Red Rocks to go see Method Man?
He's so cute.
Oh, boy. And you know what? Speaking of Method Man in that show at Red Rocks, we'll be having Kid Koala as a guest on an upcoming episode. And he's performing with Deltron 3030 at that same show at Red Rocks. I'd like to try to figure out a way to go.
Lucky to everybody who gets to go see that one.
Yeah, enjoy it, everybody. Oh, boy. All right. Thanks, Staplemouth. Be sure to pick up Staplemouth's latest album, Thunderhead, through his Bandcamp, or Google other places to find it. It's a really good album. Be sure to check out Staplemouth's music wherever it's available. I advocate wholeheartedly for more Pacific Islander representation in the world and in the rap game.
What about in the heavy metal game?
Yeah. I'm trying to get these guys. There's this rap group out of New Zealand, or not rap group. Sorry. There's this metal group called. Oh shit.
Rain?
No, Shepherd's Rain. They're in New Zealand. They're all Samoan. Most of their lyrics are in Samoan, and it's really great metal. I have spoken with them, and they were interested in being on the show, but I haven't heard back from them since. So I'm going to continue to work on that. I would really enjoy that. Hey, let me real quick. Let me play you a couple of videos. That's going to be something on the show. I like watching old videos, and if you guys don't like it, fine, you turn it off. This is kind of like for my own enjoyment. So we're gonna start with the top left video, and the reason I'm showing this video is because we are gonna have Kid Koala on an episode coming up, and our kids, Adrian and I, are huge fans of the movie Scott Pilgrim versus the World, and Kid Koala has collaborated on music for that movie, and this video is a video of our kids.
This is the song, right?
Yeah,
as well.
Well, we don't know for sure which songs Kid Koala did, but yeah,
this is from a few years.
This is from the movie Scott Pilgrim versus the World. This video is a few years old. Our kids made it based.
Are we watching the whole thing? Or?
Yeah, it's only a minute.
Really? Yeah, let's go get a beer.
You are a pretty good actor.
Yeah, I'm going for the Oscars this year.
But are you a pretty good skater?
I'm more than pretty good. I got my own skate company.
Can you do a thingy on that grind?
It's called a grind, bro.
Can you do a grind thingy? Now?
Are you serious? It's like 200 steps and the rails are garbage.
Well, hey, if it's too hardcore.
You really think you can goad me into doing a trick like that?
There are girls watching.
Somebody get me my board.
Hey, big fan.
Why wouldn't you be?
That board he's riding is
Wow.
one of my boards.
Wow.
Is it the art on the board?
Yes! I didn't get the coins. You'll get it next time.
Cool little video. Yeah, it's based off of seeing a Scott Pilgrim versus.
I think that was the shortest Soul's hair's been since that time.
Yeah, I don't know. I like that. What's another one of those moments where the kids make something? I'm like, oh man, I'm proud of those guys. Here, this next video. Okay. Pretty cool, huh?
I think so. I'm not a musician, so I guess I don't understand.
That guy, was it just on this episode? Yeah. When I was talking about Dev Patel and the movie Monkey Man? Oh, no. That's a movie sharing an upcoming episode.
But that's a really good drum beat.
That guy playing that, he's in the movie Monkey Man.
Oh.
And he's like, just turns up and he's like playing these drums, bongos and congas. He plays like that. It's fucking wildly remarkable.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's really tough to do. Yeah, he's so good at it. They put him in the movie Monkey Man.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I used to hang out at the drum circle back in my day.
Oh yeah, Liberty Park had these huge drum circles, and the problem with drum circles is no one's really a musician. They all just play the exact same beats. All right, here. What? I don't know what this next video is, but let's just take a peek at it. Oh, is it? Is that a real? I have that because I'm like, is that a real animal?
I don't know. I don't
Have you ever
trust
seen
much anymore. No, I've never seen. Of course, you could probably breed a goat to look like that. You would need a reason.
It's like a goat cow or something, a goat calf or something.
I don't know. There's no reason that its snout should look like that. Like its mouth should be popping out of
I know, but I don't know.
Fold over snout.
Instagram's supposed to tell you if it's made from AI, and that didn't tell me that.
Okay.
But anyway, I don't know. I thought
Instagram's supposed to show you the people you follow.
That's true. All right, let's see. There's two last videos. Let's see a little bit of this video.
Like a pirate in search of women and riches, I seek the secret to remove these snitches. The scuffs and rusts cover my chrome. I possess the laying down my bike syndrome. The sidewalk is truly my playing ground.
What's your name?
Down Milwaukee's roads I hear that sound. The roar from the hollering I can't avoid. It catches my attention like flaring hemorrhoids. Awake, I find myself drooling on.
Oh boy, that gave me anxiety. You can close that. That video, that is me. I'm performing a poem at a biker poetry festival.
Did you write it?
I did write it. I wrote it during the show. At a biker poetry festival in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Whoa, man, that really just gave me anxiety. I'm how embarrassing.
You're pretty young. Your voice.
I was so young. I think I was 17, maybe even younger, maybe even 16. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
There's no way you were 16 or 17 in that.
Oh,
When did you start growing out your hair?
maybe 18?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe you were, but
Yeah,
when did you go to that?
That was why I'm saying. I think I was. No, because I had made my movie and I had met Saul Williams at that. So
You had
yeah.
those yellow glasses, so that's what makes me think.
shit. So I was about 19 or 20, maybe.
Do you think you did it when your Aunt Jean moved to Salt Lake?
It was just before that because she was living in Chicago at the time.
That's what I mean, like when you helped her move to Salt Lake.
Yeah, no, because Ben was with me. No, that was. I think I was probably 19 or something like that.
Yeah, your hair had a good curl then. I don't remember it being as curly.
I used to write poetry. I still kind of do, not as much anymore. But anyway, well, I was thinking that's embarrassing, and then since I'm being embarrassed, I figured here, let's play this video and see if we can get Adrian to feel embarrassed.
Why? Why would you do that? I don't even want to be here.
It's not bad. It's not a bad thing. I just saw this old video. Press play. Don't worry. No, don't worry. It's not bad.
Oh, come here, yeah. Full of beans.
Yeah, kitty cat. Imagine I had a.
How are you?
Headset.
We just got the pizza.
You can have pizza, Mama.
Awesome. What kind of pizza did you get?
There are 6 vegetarians and 2 meats. And 2 vegans. Lots of pizzas.
That's fun.
You know, we worked it, so we got like.
All right, that's enough.
Isn't that crazy?
Can we just go throw up now?
No, isn't that wild? Like that was for the movie I was just talking about Twice Today, wasn't it? What?
No.
Or was that Dark Room?
That wasn't Dark Room. Oh, that must have been Twice Today.
Yeah. That's crazy. I didn't know that you worked on the movie.
I don't either.
Were you?
I don't even know why I have a headset.
Well, yeah, because everyone had headsets on the movie. So you were.
I also don't know what that barrette was doing or the stain on my shirt. Some things don't.
You were
change.
ordering pizza.
That's what I'm good for.
Well, that clip is from
food.
on set on my third feature film called Twice a Day, which I was talking about earlier today. But I just thought that was interesting. I didn't remember you working on the movie. Weird. All right.
Yeah. Probably blocked everything out of my life. Better that way.
All right, you guys, I said it already. Check out Staplemouth's music. Our dish episodes are really just for us to have a good time with each other. But we hope through it you get to know our guests a little more personally, inspiring you to want to see their continued success. So you can do that by supporting them financially through buying their music rather than just streaming it. So please do that for our guests. In the comments, let us know in the comments of this episode or on our Instagram, let us know what was the first thing you bought on credit. What was your worst job? And who was your favorite, or who is your favorite member of Wu-Tang Clan? Answer those 3 questions for us. We like to
I almost said Wuha, but that was the wrong group.
Bust the rhymes.
Yeah, I was thinking LONS. Right? Is that LONS? Leaders of the New School.
Yeah, but that Wuha is just from Busta's album. Yeah. If you do that, we'll share your comments on our social medias and all that. And speaking of social medias, at the end of this episode, when the credits are rolling, that's where you'll find out where to find everything about us.
I like it.
I don't, but okay. From all of us here, I'd like to wish you happy drawing, happy conversing. Thanks for conspiring with us. Hey, next week, our guest is the artist Bob Daub. A tremendous artist and friend of Crayola, also past studio sharer with Crayola. So be sure to join us next week, same time, same place. Okay, from all of us here, I'd like to wish you happy drawing, happy conversing. Thanks for conspiring with us. And please pick up after your pets, people. Not your pet people, but please pick up after your pets. We're out of here. Peace. DOD45. Thank you for joining in on yet another episode of the DOD45 show. Please hit the subscribe or follow button so that you never miss an episode. You can even go one step further by leaving us a review on the YouTube stream or on Spotify, Apple Podcast, or wherever it is that you stream our show from. You can find me at Art by Ty on all the socials or at artbyty.com. And if you'd like to follow the DOD45 show on social media, we're at DOD45W on Instagram, or you can go over to our website at DOD45.com where you can shoot us an email, join our mailing list, and watch all of our past episodes. Consider joining us for a live chat on the YouTube premieres of episodes every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. Peace.